Welcome to the Daily Record Spin. I'm your host, Jimmy Clements. Joining me today, as always, is my little brother and the co-host of this show, Danny Okey. Danny, how you doing today, man?
I am good. We just went through about 3 million technical difficulties to try and get here, but we are here, and I'm taking deep breaths using my coping skills.
The reason that we're very frustrated today is that we have been trying to record this podcast for the last hour and have finally gotten our technology to cooperate with us, which is especially bad because there was an episode that was supposed to come out of our Grammy predictions and a recap of a lot of albums that came out that we recorded all of and was just completely corrupted and lost. So
lost all of it.
We are back after a very long delay. I'm so sorry for how long we've been gone, but we're excited to be back here today talking about the Grammy nominations. And then we're also going to finish up our top 25 albums of the 21st century so far.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey the last month and a half or so of us. First of all, there was the Taylor Swift thing, which I guess we'll hit for 2 minutes here. But
yeah, because we did describe all of this in the previous episode that was lost to the ether. So we will describe why the Taylor Swift podcast never came out. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll just say basically there was a lot of internet dialogue when that album came out, and a lot of it was negative, and frankly neither of us loved it and didn't have a lot of great things to say and didn't really want to pile on with the negativity at the time. Is there anything else you want to add about that?
No, that's basically it. I really don't have much else to say. Just, yeah, neither of us really responded well to it, and yeah, it just didn't feel worth it to have another two voices in the mix. Yeah,
and doing a deep dive on something that we just didn't care for all that much is just, it's kind of not fun. So
no, it's not fun. Yeah. I think we both prefer to spend time on things that we're really enjoying, and it just didn't feel like that was worth putting out there.
Yeah. Speaking of really enjoying, I see Luke's in the background there.
Oh my God.
What a project.
Have you listened to it in full yet?
Yeah, I finally did yesterday. I need to do about 27,000 more listens, but
that's the thing. You really have to, I hate to say it, but you really, really have to do a deep dive on it, because I don't know about you, but Bearkind to me was a bit of a red herring for the rest of the record.
Yes, it was.
It doesn't really sound like that. I was expecting it to be a lot more experimental than it ended up being. It's a lot more traditional than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And that really threw me for a loop when I first heard it. I've liked it from the moment I heard it, but it is now something that every time I listen to other music, I feel like I'm cheating on Luke's because I'm enjoying listening to it so much. It's just constantly on repeat. I've pulled out the vinyl 3 or 4 times. I'll turn something else on and I'll put that one away and I'll pull out Luke's again. I'm enjoying it immensely. I could just write a dissertation about it. It's just so brilliant.
It's the best engineered album I've heard since God knows how long. I mean, truly,
oh my God,
astounding. I don't know how they recorded it. I don't know how she sings like that. It's absurd.
It is crazy. Her voice has never sounded so insane. Yeah, I would love to talk more about it at some point. I know. I think I want to give you the time to really take some time with it. And if I'm being honest with you, what you're getting on streaming is not the complete album. It's just
really
not. There are 3 bonus tracks on the vinyl that I think make a world of difference in the pacing of this record. I really liked it when I was listening to it on streaming. When I got the vinyl, I was like, oh, this is the album right here. So it will make more sense. Those 3 tracks are going to come out at some point. She has said that after she pressed the vinyl, she made some more tweaks on those 3 songs, which is why they're not out yet. So I think what we're going to get on streaming is going to be slightly different from what I have on the vinyl. But I'm hoping those will come out soon, and I think that will really give you the full scope of the project once you have that. Yep.
I kind of hate this. I really
hate.
There's the product's out. You can't re-edit the movie after it's in theaters. Stop.
I know.
I mean, you can, but it's called a director's cut and it comes out on DVD.
Right.
It's
right. I know.
I hate it.
Maddie Healy just removed a song from
Human 2. Why?
It just drives
me. I actually just re-listened to that record too, a month or 2 ago, and I thought it was incredible. Why would you tweak it? Why would you tweak it?
I don't know. It's a great album.
Maddie.
I know. It's just driving me insane. The artists feel like they can do this. It's like once the album is out, it's not yours anymore. It's your fans.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's just not. It's not fair to be doing that. I mean, FKA Twigs just did a re-release of Eusexual and removed 3 of the original tracks and replaced them with 3 new tracks.
Stop.
I'm like, this has been out since January. This is the album that I know. And you're now telling me that somehow that it doesn't fit what you think it should be anymore. And you're now replacing 3 of the tracks with new ones. At least with that, she kept the old one on streaming. This is an additional.
That's fine with me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That to me is okay. That is a director's cut, right? You can then release a second version and say, this is something I liked more. But don't retroactively affect the old album. I understand if it's something like you wanted to get R. Kelly off of your album, like Lady Gaga did. But
yes,
that's
for
fine.
Sure.
But
that's an exceptional case.
This other stuff is weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Or Tate McRae changing her album art, or just like I just stop.
It's just infuriating. Stop.
You need
Give
to do all
me
that
a
work
full
ahead
product.
of time and put it out. And I'm sure that the artists are less to blame than the labels in a lot of these cases.
Yeah.
For maybe rushing things or whatever is happening that's causing this. But if it is the artist that's doing it, stop. Please stop.
Right.
And if it's the record labels, give your artists more time. They're human beings.
Yeah.
And I know you want to crank out AI product now, but if you're going to work with humans, treat them like humans.
In the case with Rosalía, she said on an interview that I think what happened with the 3 bonus tracks was she really felt like the album had to come out this year. And it got to a point that if she did not submit it like right then the vinyl couldn't be pressed in time for it to come out this year. And so she submitted what they had and was pretty happy with it. But then afterwards was like, I have more that I want to tweak on this. But I'm like, if that's the case, just release it Q1 of 2026. Like, I don't know what the issue is, but she felt very strongly it had to come out this year. So I don't know. Anyways, the episode.
Let's talk about the Grammy nominations.
Okay.
So we did a whole episode that you didn't see forecasting the Grammy nominations, and I would say we did okay. Yep. We did not do great.
We did okay.
But these were also really weird nominations this year. So
yeah, I think
often right, but it's just a weak year. And so it just feels weird to me.
It is overall a weak year. And I think, there were less obvious things this year as there were last year.
Yeah.
I felt like we knew what the nominations were going to be before they even came out last year. It just like everything kind of fell where it was supposed to fall. And then this year I just felt like there was a lot of options and no front runners. So it was much harder to predict.
That's a very good point. Because I feel like for almost all of the nominees, we at least touched on the possibility of most of these.
Yes, we did.
Again, in the episode that you will never hear, which is a bummer. But
lost media.
Yeah. That being said, like we danced around what was supposed to be there. I think so.
Yeah, I think so. There's really only like in the album of the year category, there was really only one that was not discussed. Yes. I think we had discussed the rest of them.
Okay. So let's start with album of the year. So
let's start with the big
read
one.
Off the nominees.
So nominations for album of the year are Debí tirar más fotos, Bad Bunny, Swag, Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter, Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips, Mayhem, Lady Gaga, GNX, Kendrick Lamar, Mutt, Leon Thomas, and Chromacopia, Tyler, the Creator. So the one I was referring to, we did not talk about Mutt at all as a possibility for album of the year.
I don't think we talked about Let God Sort 'Em Out either, did we?
I mentioned Clips at one point. I don't know if I mentioned them for album of the year, but I did mention that the Clips album got a lot of buzz.
Yeah. I think the Leon Thomas love was one of the biggest surprises of the Grammys this year.
Yeah, huge surprise. I mean, he's the only Best New Artist nominee that has a nomination in one of the big 4 categories, like other than Best New Artist. So clearly they really like him. I feel like that immediately makes him a front runner for Best New Artist.
Yeah, I would say it's probably him and Olivia Dean at this point. Just because she's making a really big push right now. She was just on SNL. Yep. So that's my guess.
Yep, there. I would agree. Ones that I think can go are Swag. I just don't know why Swag is in this category.
We mention it as probably on the outside looking in, but definitely as a contender. I don't really like it, but it is an album.
It's just because it's Justin Bieber. They just love, the Grammys have always historically loved Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. Even when he's not making his best music. It's like, whatever. Like, I kind of had a feeling. I would say the big three that I predicted would be here were Mayhem, GNX, and the Bad Bunny record. All three of those made it in. I really see this as a race between those three.
I 100% do as well. I think
sorry, go ahead.
I think we also had I had said Man's Best Friend was probably getting in, and Chromacopia I was pretty sure you were on the fence about, but we had it as like the 9th one. So we're not surprised at all that that's there.
No,
but I agree with you. I think it's GNX, Mayhem, or the Bad Bunny record.
Here's the interesting question that maybe we need to discuss, which is, this is the most love we've seen for hip hop in the album of the year category, maybe ever.
Yeah,
there 100%. Are 3 hip hop records in this category, which is pretty unheard of. So does that open up a path for Mayhem or for Bad Bunny, considering, do we think that Kendrick's votes are going to be split between the Clips record and the Tyler record?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
I do think they probably won't feel the need to honor Kendrick as much because of his big wins last year. That being said, he is wildly popular still. I do think, like, if I had to vote today, or if I had to make a prediction today, I think it's Bad Bunny.
It's an interesting thought, because I think Bad Bunny had a huge year. Obviously, he's doing the Super Bowl, and the Recording Academy just let in like all of their Latin voters into the main voting body for the Grammys. So that obviously gives him a huge shot, considering probably a majority of the Latin voters will vote for that record. But, it's also like, I feel like they're kind of in an era of like righting some wrongs.
Yes.
And not that necessarily there's a wrong, but are they going to be in a position where they're ready to award Lady Gaga this?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Award. Do you know what I mean? Like, she has had a huge career. She's been a Grammy darling since the jump.
Yeah. I mean, she did win Song of the Year last year, right?
She won Pop Duo Group for Die With a Smile.
Did Die With a Smile not win Song of the Year? Oh, no.
No, because Kendrick did.
Not Like Us won both, yeah.
Yep. So, she doesn't have an album of the year, and neither did Beyonce last year. Beyonce now does. Is it time to award it Lady Gaga, or do they want to, forge a new path and award someone like Bad Bunny? I do think that the Grammys in general has been doing really well recently at trying to stay more current, and I think that would be a really refreshing win. I think a Bad Bunny win would be really cool.
Yeah. I full disclosure, have not listened to DTMF. So I need to get on that, but
I like it.
Do you think it's a better album than Mayhem?
I personally like Mayhem better. It's more my taste. DTMF is a little too bloated for me. It's very long.
Okay.
It's very, very long. What I like about DTMF is how varied it is. It's got so many different influences. It feels like at times very, very traditional, like Puerto Rican Latin sounds, which is awesome. And then at times, a little bit more experimental hip hop, R&B driven, that maybe we're more used to for him, but it's got a lot of really great sounds. It's just too long for me. I would have loved for him to select like the best 12 to 15 songs that he had.
Yeah.
And make it a little bit tighter. That's really my only complaint. I do think a lot of it is really good.
Yeah. Because I will say, I think GNX is probably my choice right now if I'm looking at the nominees.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a album of the year caliber album. I just think of the nominees there, it's probably the one I enjoyed the most. I thought it was the tightest and like most thematically rich.
Yep.
And I don't know, varied enough. I mean, my problem with Mayhem is still that it feels like a sledgehammer, and I really like it, but
yeah,
I think it's a great project for Gaga, who has not historically been an albums artist, but I have issues.
It never really lets up. Yeah. It never lets up. It's pretty relentless the whole time. So I understand that criticism for sure. I don't know which way this is going to go. I could see people having complaints about this being the Kendrick album that's being awarded,
yes, I could see that
with
too.
him having albums like To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City in his discography. I feel like people generally draw more towards that side of Kendrick. This is definitely a lot more commercial appeal, but maybe that's what he needs to do to win this award with a voting body like the Recording Academy. So
it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see it going really any of those three ways. I think if I had to rank the chances, I still think Kendrick probably has the biggest chance. Bad Bunny second and Lady Gaga third. That's how I would rank it.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I think Gaga's in third right now. That could change, but
it could.
We don't know what the campaigning is going to be like by any of these artists. GNX is in an interesting spot because he did the campaign already. The Super Bowl was a while ago, and is the Grammys? The Grammys are before the Super Bowl, right?
When's the Super Bowl?
It's like Valentine's Day, somewhere around or right before.
I think Super Bowl is first.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
But I don't know if it'll be before Grammy voting ends.
I don't know that either. I don't know what the date is for Grammy voting.
Because obviously that would be good promotion for Bad Bunny. I mean, I hugely credit the Beyonce Bowl as a reason that Cowboy Carter won Album of the Year.
100%. Yeah,
like
it was a really good
at the exact right time.
Yeah, it was a good push. So we'll see. I mean, I'm depending on how the dates fall. The Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance could end up swinging in his favor. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. Like Gaga is the legacy act pick.
Yes,
Kendrick is the most popular artist right now pick, and Bad Bunny could be a political pick,
or just the trying to stay young and current pick.
Yes. It
trying to push the Grammys forward. Progressive pick, I guess, is maybe the
progressive. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do feel like the artists of the world are trying to push back in whatever way they can against the state of the country and stuff. So I do think that there will be a groundswell of support for an artist like Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I think it's very possible.
All right, let's check out Song of the Year.
Yes.
We got a lot of ones that we predicted. Abracadabra, Apate, DTMF, Golden, Manchild. You nailed it with the Wildflower call.
What did I say?
You really did. And then we got Luther, which was pretty highly predicted as well. And then I think the biggest surprise was Anxiety, I would say.
Oh, I'm just annoyed at Anxiety being
I am too. That's not a song. I like Doechii a lot. I
love Doechii.
And I suppose it is technically a song. But ripping the instrumental off of one of the most popular songs of the last 15 years and then just writing a new melody on top of it just feels really not. It feels icky to me.
Also, this song is from 2019.
What?
She released this song on SoundCloud in 2019.
Oh, I had no idea. That changes everything.
And then she basically just like tweaked it a little bit and did a re-release of it this past year, like official release. So I don't know. I love Doechii. I'm not going to complain that much. I don't think this has any shot of winning, but it is annoying that it took up one of the spots. I just think she's so much better than that.
Yeah.
So there are so many songs off of that mixtape that are just leaps and bounds ahead of this one. So it just kind of feels like an annoying pick to me.
Were there any? I'm sorry.
I hate Apata.
Yeah, it's just a very, very mid song.
It grinds my gears. I'm not ruling it out though, because Bruno Mars, I mean, he is a Grammy magnet. That man does not lose Grammys.
I really think Golden's going to win this.
Do you really? I really
do.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I see an opportunity for Wildflower. I see an opportunity for Luther. I do see an opportunity for Golden. If Bad Bunny is winning Album of the Year, I don't think he'll take home song or record.
Correct.
Personally, and I don't think Abracadabra has any chance in this category. So, I mean, Golden could. That'd be kind of fun.
I mean, what if you're staring at the ballot and you're deciding between Man-Child and Golden, which one are you picking? Come on now.
I'm picking Golden.
Me too.
I like Man-Child, but Golden's a hit.
Same. It was one of the biggest hits of the year. Taylor Swift dropped her album and it was every track in the top 10 except for Golden was still there.
Right.
I mean,
in like week 2.
And
obviously.
It's not nominated in a record, so it's got one shot.
Yeah.
It's like it has to win there. And I think there's just so much support for EJ right now and her story. It's just like, I think, I don't know. I really do think EJ wins that.
Okay. I think it would be inspired. I would love it.
Yeah.
Super cool. Record. A lot of the same. The only one that's different is the Subway. It replaced Golden, right? Yeah,
that's right.
So Subway replaced Golden, which I think is such an interesting choice. I feel like if I was going to put the Subway in either of those two categories, I would have put it in song, not in record.
I disagree. I think what makes it so nice is the very Cranberries-esque production, and her soaring vocals and the stacks and stuff.
Yeah,
it's more of an engineering feat to me than it is. It's a very simple song.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, that's a good point. You sold me on that. Record for me, I could see Man-Child pulling out with this one.
They really love Sabrina, no doubt.
Yeah, they do. I could see this is Abracadabra has a better chance, I think, in this category than song. And I think Luther has a big shot. Yeah, too.
Is there a moment for Wildflower? Like, is this the Academy going, I'm sorry about Hit Me Hard and Soft, we messed up?
I think it's an I'm sorry about Hit Me Hard and Soft, but I don't think it will win.
Right? Yeah, I kind of agree. This is not the strongest song from that record.
No, it's a very strong song. I love that song, and it did have a moment early this year when it was released as a single. But no, I don't think it has a shot of winning anything.
I think Abate has a real chance to win this award, which I don't love. I just want to remind everyone it is Bruno Mars.
That's what I'm saying.
This band does not lose. And if they give it to Golden, maybe there's like a whole internet. Like, couldn't you see them going Bad Bunny for album, Apate featuring Bruno Mars for record, and then
Golden for
song of the year?
That would be crazy. I mean, talk about progressive. That would be the progressive picks for sure.
After last year, I wouldn't be surprised by anything now. The Academy has clearly changed. So,
speaking of after last year, can we talk about one of the biggest surprises of these nominations, which is that The Weeknd got 0 nominations despite them bringing him out on the stage and doing the whole "We're so sorry, we love you, welcome back, The Weeknd. Here are no nominations."
That was messy.
It was so messy. Like that's some shady shit. That is some shady shit.
I want to know what went down there. What happened?
And like, let's clarify. I don't think either of us think that The Weeknd deserved any nominations, because I think we both are pretty low on that album overall. But you know, if they're gonna do all that, maybe just like a pop solo performance at least, for fuck's sake.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That might have been more insulting to give him the Ariana Grande treatment.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, you exist too. Ariana Grande got the Ariana Grande treatment this year, but
she sure did for fucking defying gravity. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That, I don't know. I'm surprised that they did that. I just think that's so, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. Yeah. It's just like, that's pretty classic Grammys.
That means, that was The Weeknd's last chance too, because he's not The Weeknd anymore, apparently, after this cycle. So
right now he's disabled. So
maybe Abel will get Grammy nominations in the future.
Yeah, we'll see. I
don't know what's going on here, but
let's dive into Best New Artist.
Yep.
We have Olivia Dean, Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Redacted, and Lola Young. I refuse to say that man's name out loud. So sorry. Yeah, it's definitely Leon Thomas or Olivia Dean.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Olivia Dean is right in the pocket, right at the right time.
Yep.
Cat's Eye is such a surprising pick to me. I think when we did our predictions episode, I think I predicted them as like an outskirts one.
Yeah.
They don't have an album.
No, they don't have an album. It just feels too early.
They don't have an album. It feels way too early.
Feels like
I wish they would have
for.
waited a year. Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of campaigning. Like,
yeah, they did. They did.
You know, they performed at the Grammys Museum. So did Addison Rae.
Yeah.
You know, they did a lot of campaigning to get in here. It just like, I wish they would have, because I think Cat's Eye has a lot of promise as a group. I just want them to have more of an established sound and image, and it feels like right now they're kind of in the like, we're trying things out phase. Like a lot of their music sounds different from each other.
Yeah.
At 1 minute the group is looking like really like sexy and adult and, you know, wearing all black, and other times they're wearing like the cutesy kind of more K-pop-y outfits, and it's like, I just don't think we have a brand identity yet. or a musical identity, and I wish we would have waited until they do to get them here. But I don't know.
They had a really good ad. Really good ad.
Really, I think that's why they're here. I think they're here because of the freaking Gap ad. 100%.
It's a very good ad.
It's a great ad, but they weren't even singing that ad. It wasn't their song.
Yeah, and so to leave off artists like,
interesting.
You know, I wasn't necessarily expecting these people to get nominated. We had a long list of people that could have been nominated here, but to leave off really like, I found my identity type of artists like Magdalena Bay and Joe. Yep. I just feel like maybe
Role Model was a surprise to me.
Role Model was a huge surprise to me. That was one of the biggest surprises I thought of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very strange that Cat's Eye gets in here. And Somber. I mean, I don't know if the voting was like 2 weeks later if he would be here.
I
think he got too many votes already.
I think so too. The only other ones that I could see some love for the Marias, and I could see some love for Lola Young.
Yeah.
Lola Young does have a pop solo performance nomination. That's her other nomination here. And I think she does have that very classic kind of Grammys, like smoky, sultry voice. She really like that. But so does Olivia Dean, sort of.
Yes. I think Olivia Dean is going to steal those votes, personally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So we'll see. I guess let's talk about the pop categories really quickly.
Yeah.
Pop solo performances: Daisies, Justin Bieber, Manchild, Disease, Lady Gaga, The Subway, and Messi, Lola Young. I could see this potentially being the Justin Bieber award.
Yeah.
I'd feel like if they're gonna do anything, I feel like of the two, either Daisies or the album, the one that feels more like it had a moment is Daisies over like Swag as an album. So I could see that, but I think I would be surprised if it wasn't Manchild.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah. I think that has the best shot here.
Yeah.
Pop duo group Define Gravity. Wicked soundtrack. Golden, obviously. Gabriella by Cat's Eye was a huge surprise to me. Apata, and then 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick Lamar. I'm surprised 30 for 30 was here instead of Luther.
Confusing.
Very confusing. I just can't emphasize enough how surprised I am that Gabriella is here.
Yeah.
Gabriella, I actually think is probably their best song right now. I do really like Gabriella way more than Gnarly, thank God. But again, it just feels so early to me to have them here. So
this is going to be Apata's award, right?
100%. No one else has a shot here.
Yeah.
It's Apata.
Yeah.
100,000%.
Unless there's like an enormous groundswell support for Golden, but I just feel like they're going to split it. They're not going to let Bruno walk away empty-handed.
Unless Wicked Part 2.
Well, like that's true. And
I mean, it's coming out.
We had some friends that got to go to one of the industry screenings, and they are. It's going to do well. It's going to do well.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so excited.
Ariana and Cynthia are in the top 5 Oscar odds again. I mean, I just didn't know if that would happen. That's so rare to have
for the same role.
Yeah. I don't know that that's ever happened.
Yeah. So I don't know. That movie really could, the release of Part 2 really could.
Yeah. Could
tip the scale in their favor.
And wouldn't it be funny if that's Ariana's first win in God knows how long?
Oh my God. That just would be such a slap in the face.
It really would be.
I mean, she's barely on it. You know what I mean? Like that's Alphaba's song.
Literally.
It's basically a solo song with like 30 seconds of a duo. Like it's such a slap in the face.
Okay.
Pop vocal album, Swag, Man's Best Friend, Something Beautiful, Miley Cyrus.
That was a nice win.
Mayhem, and I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 by Teddy Swims.
Listen, it was a down year for pop albums.
I mean, two men in pop solo performance. I'm sorry, but what are the men doing there?
It was a good year for the lads. I would say the ones they were nominating weren't the ones I would have put there, but it was a good year for the lads. We've been down for quite a while.
Men did better this year. I will say that.
And women didn't have as many standouts, so it's like more even.
That is correct. I'm just happy Miley's here.
Same.
She's not going to win. I'm just happy she got something for this album because I think it is so fucking underrated.
It is very
underrated. I love
underrated.
Something Beautiful as an album. And yeah, that's very exciting. I don't really know what's going to happen here, to be honest with you. I think this is Mayhem's award.
Gaga's. Yeah.
I think so too. But I don't know. I'm not counting out Sabrina as a whole. I mean, they really love her, so
3 of these albums are nominated for Album of the Year. So
right. So it's hard.
It's probably going to be one of those 3, but you never know. There's always weird years where it's like, and the one that's not nominated for Album of the Year is the winner here. It's just like
whatever wins this award will be a really good indicator of how the Album of the Year
or
category is going to go. Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know.
If Man's Best Friend wins this, I think Mayhem's over.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
But if Mayhem wins, I don't think it necessarily wins Album of the Year.
Yes, that's true. But that is what you just said was exactly my point. If Man's Best Friend wins this award, I don't think Mayhem will win Album of the Year.
Yes.
But at the same time, Folklore lost this award to Future Nostalgia and won Album of the Year. So I don't know.
Very inspired to give them both an award. Yeah.
Those I say it all the time. Those are one of my favorite Grammys of all time because everybody who deserved to win an award won an award. It just worked so well. And I do think that Future Nostalgia is a better pop vocal album than Folklore is, but I think Folklore was deserving of the Album of the Year award. So
yeah,
it was very inspired. I loved that year.
You want to talk about dance pop recording? Because I actually really like this category.
That's a good category. It's a competitive one too. Bluest Flame, Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco, Abracadabra, Midnight Sun, Zara Larson.
Your girl.
Just Keep Watching, Tate McRae, and Illegal, Pink Pantheress. This
is a good category.
Yeah, this is a great category. I'm so happy for Zara Larson, fan of the pod. I'm going to say that forever. Yeah, Midnight Sun is excellent. I love that song. That was my song of the summer. Illegal, Pink Pantheress, awesome. I'm so glad that mixtape is getting some love. I have not listened to Just Keep Watching by Tate McRae, but that did get a lot of buzz.
I heard it during the movie. I remember it sounding like Revolving Door and like basically half the tracks on. And So Close to What.
But yeah. So Bluest Flame is the only song on that record that I like. So happy for that.
Sure.
Good job, Charlie XCX. That's your award if they win it. But I think this is very clearly where Abracadabra will have a definite win. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to rock real quick. Best rock performance. You got You Should Not Be Doing That, Errol and the Sniffers. Never heard of that.
Me neither.
The Emptiness Machine, Linkin Park. No surprise there. Mirtazapine, Your Girl Haley Williams, who we'll get to in just a second here. But also have Youngblood's Changes and Never Enough by Turnstile, which I know I have the Turnstile album downloaded to listen to. This was one of the breakout hits of the year, and it did get a few nominations, so that was pretty cool to see. Definitely some new blood in this category. But I think the real story here that we're going to talk about now is Haley Williams.
Yeah. So she has 4 nominations, and I think 4 different songs are nominated. Do I have that right? No, 3 different songs are nominated in her album.
Yeah.
So Mirtazapine is nominated for Best Rock Performance. I believe Best Alternative Performance is Parachute, and then Best Rock Song is Glum.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I mean, I feel like that's super unheard of. I mean, 3 songs from the album are nominated for a Grammy, and then obviously the album is nominated for Best Alternative Album. So I'm thrilled for her. I've seen a lot of love for her online recently. A lot of people are saying she got snubbed for Album of the Year.
Yeah.
I agree personally, but obviously I knew that was a long shot. Yeah, I'm fucking thrilled for her. I'm really glad that people are seeing what I'm seeing in this record.
For sure.
I mean, this feels like such a career highlight for her. Such a full circle moment. So
yeah,
I would love to see her walk away with as much as she possibly can that night.
For sure.
I think it'd be amazing.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say Deeper Well and Cowboy Carter maybe both had 3 songs nominated each last year.
Oh, they might have. Yeah, Cowboy Carter did submit a lot of songs
because they submitted a lot of different categories too.
Yep, that's true.
If they didn't have quite as many, it is happening a little bit more, and definitely with the artists that are really great songwriters and write in a very segment of genres here.
Yeah, and I think that's part of a response to just singles don't matter as much anymore.
100%, yes,
because radio doesn't matter as much anymore.
Right.
So I think that's a response to the streaming era, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
What was I going to say about Haley? I don't remember. I'm just very happy for her.
Same.
I think it'll be a good night for her. At least I hope it will be. But I'm also happy to see Linkin Park in here. I think that that's such a cool comeback story, and
it really is.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they also got a rock album nomination for From Zero.
Yes.
Alongside the Turnstile record, the Youngblood record, Deftones' Private Music, and then I Quit by Haim, who got nominated in that category. I predicted that probably wouldn't happen, but probably should, and it did. So that's cool to see.
It's cool. Yeah.
So I guess alternative is our last category that we care about, and happy to see Wet Leg get some love there as well.
Yep.
And Bon Iver.
I'm very happy for the Bon Iver record.
Yeah.
I think biggest snub obviously is Lord. 0 nominations for Lord.
For Virgin.
Which
really strange.
Makes me really sad. I think that's a great album. I know that it I think it had pretty honestly good reviews when it came out. I just think the long tail of that record has been pretty tepid. I just don't think people are returning to it very much, and it kind of lost a lot of its momentum. Which makes me sad because I think there's a lot of really great stuff on Virgin. Yeah. So, but she's had a rocky relationship with the Grammys for a long time. I had forgotten, but recently was reminded that when she was nominated for Melodrama, for Album of the Year, every single Album of the Year nominee was offered a slot on the telecast to perform, and Lorde was not offered a slot to perform. And I think that created a really dicey relationship that has never been mended. So, it is what it is. Just unfortunate that she was left out.
Yeah. Any other categories you want to hit real quick?
No, I think those are the big takeaways. Only other thing I want to shout out is Eusexual got a nomination for Dance Electronic Album.
Yeah.
Which makes me happy.
Joe walked away with a consolation prize of Best Album Cover.
Yeah.
Don't love that, but
I'm thrilled.
It's something.
I called out the Glory album cover by Perfume Genius, and that got nominated. I'm fucking thrilled. That's a great album cover. Yeah. So I think that's a fun category.
It is, and it's fun that you got one because the possibilities are endless. So the fact that you picked one out is pretty cool.
I know, it's really cool.
Again, no one will ever hear that podcast, but it was a great one by you. I'll also shout out Tyler Childers, who got a few nominations for his album and the song.
Yeah.
Biden List, which I think is hilarious and highly recommend people check out.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I would say Grammys did a solid job this year. There were no dumb nominees, I thought.
Nope.
It just wasn't the best year for music, and I think the internet reaction about it was that it was just kind of oh, this is okay, sure.
Yeah. I think that where it's really evident is I think in song and record. I look at those categories and I'm like, I kind of feel nothing.
I do too. I mean,
I'm really, there's not any that I'm really rooting for.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at this year, I think about Golden. I think that's the song that really did anything. I guess Luther from the charts, but
for me as a gay, it's Abracadabra all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the one that I root for the most here as just a standalone song, but I just don't know how it's going to be received. So
I don't either.
That's what I would love. I do think it's the front runner for dance pop recording. So we're good there. It'll at least walk away with one award.
Yeah, Gaga's got to win at least one or two for this.
I agree.
They're not going to leave her empty-handed.
It was such a big year for her. I mean, the tour was huge. The Coachella performance was huge.
Amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, she'll go with something for sure.
All right. Well, that wraps up our discussion of the Grammy nominations. We'll do an actual prediction show closer to the show.
Yep.
But let's get to our series that we've been sitting on for a while, the top 25 albums of the 21st century so far. So we've got our top 10 to hit today. So we're going to take a little bit more time with these. As a recap, we'll go through all of the ones we've done already. At 25, we had Damn by Kendrick Lamar. At 24, Songs About Jane by Maroon 5. At 23, A Black Mile to the Surface by Manchester Orchestra. At 22, Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. At 21, Imaginal Disc, Magdalena Bay. At 20, Only by the Night, Kings of Leon. At 19, Halcyon by Ellie Goulding. At 18, Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. At 17, Motomami by Rosalía. At 16, Brat, Charlie XCX. And then 15 was Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. 14, Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. 13, Guts, Olivia Rodrigo. 12, the Hamilton original Broadway cast recording. And 11 was Meteora by Linkin Park. Yep. You want to start us off with number 10 on our list here?
Yeah. First, I just want to say one thing. We got a comment on YouTube. I don't know if you saw this or if we ever talked about it. Somebody popped in and said, and this is not to call them out in any negative way, because I respect their opinion on this, but they kind of were following along with this series and said, I don't really understand the point of this, because you're not really saying anything like critically daring, or, you know, you're not really calling out albums necessarily that moved the culture in certain ways, or, you know, I think they were just questioning our choices as kind of basic. That's not what they said, but that's kind of how I interpreted it. And I just want to clarify for anyone listening that the purpose of this list is nothing else but these are the albums that have moved us in some way this century. I mean, that's it. We're not, you know, we are not music journalists. You know, we are two music fans who have a passion for the art form, and ultimately, like we said at the beginning of this, have missed out on a lot of stuff over the years, right? And if there are blind spots that you feel like we have, please let us know, you know, in a nice way. Say, hey, you should check this out. We're always looking for more music recommendations. I am listening to albums all of the time and would love to hear what you're responding well to. But ultimately, this list is just what we enjoy as music consumers. And a lot of it is pop music that is popular, you know, over the course of the last 25 years. But that's okay, because that's what has moved us in some way. And these are the albums and the music that have led us to this moment here for us to be recording together. So that's well really said. It. I respect that person's opinion immensely. And I hope as we, you know, continue this, that we, you know, become music consumers who are, you know, have our finger on the pulse of what is moving the art form forward. But for now, this is where we're at.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you, since starting this podcast with you, I listen to such more varied music now. I'm exploring a lot more than I ever did before, and that's really exciting. But also, we have a journey. You know, we haven't been doing this for 20 years. There's some people making these lists right now that have literally been on the air for the last 10 years doing podcasts.
Exactly.
You know, we can't compete with that. That's just not possible. So every list like this is always going to be a reflection of the individuals making it, and not necessarily some perfect aggregated thing. It's just, that's not what art is, you know?
Yeah. We were very intentionally not objective with this list. Yes. We were extremely subjective when picking this list, and that was intentional. So
I think we were a little bit objective with the artists that we chose. I think we tried to pick,
I think so too,
artists that really move the culture and pick a project from them that we really felt strongly about. So
so maybe objective with the artists, subjective with the selections.
100%. Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
So it's hard to get bigger than this next artist. Yeah.
With that being said, here is a very objective opinion that many people share, which is number 10 on our list is Lemonade by Beyonce, which you would be hard pressed to look up a list of this nature and not see Lemonade on that list. Lemonade is an album that took me far, far, far too long to get into. I remember hearing it the year it came out and just not really understanding it quite yet. And that has nothing to do with Beyonce, nothing to do with the record, and everything to do with I just was not in a place yet musically that I could really enjoy something like that. I picked it up a couple years, I think like 3 years ago at this point, and said, oh my God, this is like the most amazing thing I've ever heard. But you know, that's the really cool thing about art, is it really finds you at the right time. And I'm so glad this album found me, because it is one of the most extraordinary and probably the best example of a, kind of quasi divorce album without actually resulting in a divorce. But that's kind of what the sound is, if you don't know, Lemonade is Beyonce's response to cheating allegations against Jay-Z, and how that really rocked their marriage and rocked Beyonce as a person in general. And what resulted is an album of incredibly smart R&B, rock, pop mixture of so many different
It's a
genres.
very genre mashup album. Yeah.
Yeah. And she comes across as extraordinarily confident in herself and knowing what she's worth and knowing that he fucked up. And I love a woman calling out a man. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I just do. I know that you are relatively new to this record, so I would love to hear some of your initial thoughts.
Yeah. So I think I listened once when it came out, years and years ago.
Yep.
That wasn't my vibe back then.
Same.
I picked up this weekend. I kind of watched the visual album. The problem was you can't actually
it's really
stream
hard to
it.
find.
You can't stream it anywhere.
It's on Tidal, and that's it.
Come on, man. So I watched like a 720p version on YouTube, which was just not ideal, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to revisit this. This is still not my favorite Beyonce project, but I really appreciate what it is. And I mean, I think in terms of the daring nature of the subject matter, that's I think ultimately the reason it lives on in so many people's hearts and heads, because it's raw, man. Like you don't get art that raw very often. And to do it in such a varied way where you have so many different genres interplaying, where you're collaborating with, Jack White on one song, and then the next song is a country song, and it's a slow R&B bop, and then it's Kamala Harris's theme song. Many years later. To do all that in one album is really special. It's very, very cool.
For sure. Yeah, it's a fantastic project. And I think what she was able to accomplish in this album, just to, cement her as an artist who's not doing it for the arts and not the charts, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like it was at this time so daring for an artist of her caliber to make something that like isn't going to have the mass appeal, but ended up having mass appeal because it was just so unlike anything else we were hearing at the time, and just so brave and, like you said, raw and honest. Like I feel like a lot of times labels and executives think that the general public is not, they want something that's easy. And I think it's been proven time and time again that when an artist really goes there and just allows themselves to just say what they need to say in the way that they need to say it, that people respond, Yes. I'm seeing it with this Rosalía album. It's getting so much love online right now. And it's like one of the least commercially viable pieces of music I've heard in a long time, but people love it.
It was apparently way over budget. I'm sure the label hates her. Right
so over budget. Yeah. She said it on an interview that she was so over budget, but like it's working, because when an artist is firing at all cylinders like that, people respond. Like we want something that's going to challenge us, and Lemonade is a great example of one of those pieces of art. So
undeniably
had to be in the top 10.
Yeah. All right, let's get to number 9. Okay. This is Wasting Light by Foo Fighters. My favorite band growing up, and this is their best album that's come out since 2000. I think undeniably. And one of their best albums, period. I think what makes Wasting Light so special is at the time when they made it, it was hard to find a bigger commercial rock band at the time. And Dave Grohl said, screw all that. We're going to go and record in my garage with really old school analog equipment and do nothing on digital. And this is the result of that experiment. And it just sounds so freaking sick the entire time. The songs are very well written and varied, which is a problem they've had in the last few album cycles of just not writing enough varied material. But this album really like keeps every song feeling fresh, and the arrangements are really sick. And again, the sound of it all is just so enthralling. It's just so in your face and gritty, and makes you want to just like, I don't know, go smash something. It's so fun. I love
it. Yeah. This is easily my favorite Foo Fighters record.
Yeah.
And it's not even really particularly close. There's stuff that's just so true to them as a band. There's some pop sensible stuff on here. There's metal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Arlandria is still like a top 5 Foo Fighters track for me. I freaking love that song. I don't know. I just felt like they were really experimenting here and doing something so exciting and different from what they had done previously. And I think it sounds like the 2010s, but like in a way that doesn't sound dated. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
So, and also like at that point we were on the move towards EDM becoming pop, right?
Yep.
And rock was just so not happening. I think rock is happening a lot more now than it was at that point. And
a new version of it, it's evolved.
Yeah, it has evolved. But at that point, like people really thought rock was dead, and it was cool to see the band really stick to their guns, but also evolve in a way that kept the genre sound exciting.
Yes, undeniably. Yeah, it's so many great songs on here. Walk is on this album. It was featured on the end credits of Thor. I mean, you've got Dear Rosemary, one of my faves. We've discussed our feelings about White Limo and how they diverge. I love it. He hates it.
My one skip on the album.
But it's a blast of a song. He's got I Should Have Known on there, which is rumored to be about
great song.
Kurt Cobain's suicide, as told through the lens of another friend of his committing suicide. And it's just he's lost a lot of people in his life. But that song also features the bassist of Nirvana on the bass line. And so Chris Novoselic, and there's just a lot of cool stuff on this album, and I highly recommend it. Also, Rope was a great single.
Great single. And
incredible guitar solo. Yeah.
Bridge Burning too.
Bridge Burning, great album.
Bridge Burning.
Yeah.
Yep. Also a great single. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff on that record.
Great song too. Yeah, it's just it really just keeps rolling. That album is awesome. So
yep, it is.
All right. That being said, there was an album that came out the same year that beat it for album of the year, and we also put it one spot ahead here.
And it was perhaps maybe a little bit more talked about. Who's to say? Yeah. Sold maybe a few more copies, like
maybe just one or two.
Maybe one or two,
or maybe 21.
This is 21 by Adele. What is now previously holds the record of most album sales in a single week, now beaten by The Life of a Showgirl. But 21, whatever. 21 by Adele is just one of those albums that is just going to live on forever. Like, I really think that like in 3,000 years, if we make a time capsule of humanity that the aliens will one day find, like we're going to put in like 20 albums, right? And I think 21 is one of those. Don't you?
Kinda, yeah.
I just
if you're looking at the 2010s, I can't imagine picking a different one.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, I completely agree. It's just one of those records that really transcends time. It transcends. One of my favorite things about this record is it transcends generation. Yes. I mean, like, I feel like your 75-year-old grandpa likes this just as much as like your teenage daughter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this has no age. It's very much like a. Let's drop my mic. Sorry, I got so passionate. It feels very much adult contemporary. Like that feels like the genre of it, but like it was just such an exciting voice in music that we hadn't had in a long time. Yeah. I feel like vocals were put on the back burner for like a whole 10 years. And then Adele came around and she's like, no, girl, I am a vocalist. And that's what we're doing here. And that was just really exciting. We hadn't heard that in a few years. And the songs are just perfect.
To go off
it's just a perfect collection of pop songs.
To go off what you said about the age appeal, the all age appeal, it's exemplified by the SNL skit that really took this album to another level of everyone arguing at Thanksgiving dinner until they're constantly interrupted by someone like you playing, and then everyone stands up and starts singing the song. Yeah, I mean, it really was like we're all coming
was that
together.
Not Hello?
That was Hello. You're right.
I thought that was Hello. Okay,
you're right. It was Hello, but
I'm not crazy.
Look. The point still stands.
Same concept.
That's what Adele does to people. Is it?
She does.
She brings people together.
Yeah. Everyone can enjoy
Hello.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I mean, what can be said about 21 that hasn't already been said? But it had to be on here. It has probably one of the best run of singles of any album of this century. I mean, you got Rolling in the Deep, you got Someone Like You, you've got Set Fire to the Rain, Turning Tables. I mean, it's just how could it not be here?
What's your favorite? What's your favorite song from this album?
That's such a hard question, and I really don't know that I know the answer to it.
I think mine would be Waiting for You, which is not even a single.
Oh, that's a great song. My non-single pick is He Won't Go. I love that song.
The cover
I think
of Love Song too. I mean, come on, dude. It just keeps going.
I think He Won't Go is her most underrated deep cut. But I feel like it has to be Someone Like You. I feel like that has to be the pick.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so hard to pick.
It just never stopped. Oh, rumor has it too on this album.
Oh my God! Yeah, see, it's just
wow.
What a perfect record.
Maybe it's
still her best album in my opinion. I know. Now I'm like, wait, is this number one? No, I'm just kidding, but it's close.
It could be.
So anyways, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, 7. This is the Danny Okey classic here.
This is an all-timer for me.
Yeah. It's Melodrama by Lorde. A pop Bible. Maybe the pop Bible of the 2010s. Or the late 20s. Of the bedroom pop era. Would you say this is like kind of the pop Bible?
Is this bedroom pop?
Well, it's not, but I think it creates
ushered
the bedroom
it in?
pop era.
Well, I think it created Billie Eilish, which created the bedroom pop era.
Sure. It's all in the bloodstream. As Lorde would say, the microplastics are in the blood, but
yes,
the Lorde is in the blood of every artist that comes after this.
It definitely was a catalyst for an evolution of pop music.
Yes.
I don't know that it created bedroom pop necessarily, but it definitely led the way for pop music to change course.
Yes.
Yeah. So Melodrama, still far and away, in my opinion, Lorde's best album. One of the most transcendent and exciting pop records of the century for me, just because it really sounded like nothing that came before and came from an artist who was still so young, but so wise beyond her years. I mean, she is saying things on this record. I also feel like still to this day, this is Jack Antonoff's best work.
Yes. This is the Hall of Fame.
I think this ushered in the Antonoff Assance, if you will.
Yeah.
I think everyone started working with Jack Antonoff after this record came out. Obviously, he really started more so like 1989, a couple years prior, but he did this entire record, whereas he only did like 2 songs in 1989. Right. So, I think it's a pretty perfect album. When I'm looking at like my favorite albums of all time, this is probably in my top 5, to be quite honest with you. It's got undeniable singles. Green Light is a perfect pop song. I'll never
forget hearing Green Light the first time and just really like being like, I didn't know what was coming around the corner. Like every line,
it jolts you. Yeah.
And then I was like, hit play again. I need to figure out what I just heard. And then I was just like, oh, I'm gonna keep listening to that. That's really cool.
Yeah. It's got the bizarro modulation in the pre-chorus leading into the chorus. Just so exciting. Just so many exciting things. So many production choices on here that nobody else was making at that time.
Yeah.
And it's just it's so good. I don't even know what to say. Melodrama it's an all-timer.
Yeah, it really is awesome. And it's such a tight album too.
So yes, very much.
The journey from Green Light to Perfect Places is just like, it really feels like you've been through something and you reach something else. I don't know. It's a great arc of an album.
And it's an album, it's an album.
It is.
But also one of those albums that like you can still take out songs and put them into your playlists and enjoy it that way. Yes,
it holds its own, but it's still very, very, very much a one tapestry,
Yeah, complete thought.
Yes.
For sure. All right. Should we go to number 6?
Yeah, this will be our cancelable pick. Why don't you go ahead?
Everyone's going to get mad at us, but I don't really give a fuck.
Skip this if you're a hater.
This album defined like my teenage years 100%. And this is Multiply by Ed Sheeran. I know.
I stand by it. Kill me.
Whatever. I stand by it too. I still think this is his best record. Talk about a album that is, does not conform to a genre. I mean, he's doing lots of things on this record. I mean, he's got some stuff with Pharrell that is just like straight up pop bangers. He's got some hip hop on here. I mean, he's rapping a lot on this record.
Yeah.
Some R&B tinged things, a lot of folk acoustic singer songwriter stuff happening on here. And not to mention, it has some of his biggest hits. Thinking Out Loud is on this record, right? Defined an era of weddings forever.
Yeah, and also the lawsuit might have defined his
life.
Lawsuit,
so. Right? And has really defined a lot of artists' lives. With that lawsuit, I think he really changed the game with that lawsuit. So, this album is again an all-timer for me. I just think it has some of his absolute best work. I think if you are a hater of Ed Sheeran, which there are many, I'm hard pressed to find people who don't at least like this one. Aren't you?
Yeah.
I think if most of the time when I see Ed Sheeran hate online, it's people being like, why can't you go back to the plus Multiply era? Right. Yeah. We want Multiply. We want Multiply. I think there's a general consensus that this is the Ed Sheeran sound that works the best. And I'm not arguing with it because I completely agree with these people.
No, I agreed as well.
I think he has done great stuff since, but I don't think anything has quite reached this height.
Yeah, undeniably. Is this a Rick Rubin record? I'm trying to look it up. I think it is. Yeah. So this album was produced at different moments by some little known producers named Rick Rubin, Benny Blanco, and Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
So we got to honor them. I mean, as part of, that's part of what this pick is. So this is the reason this album works so well.
It was kind of destined to succeed with those names on the ticket for sure.
Yeah. Just small time guys.
And I don't think Ed Sheeran becomes as huge of an artist without this record.
No, I think needs it. Yeah.
Divide was really obviously the big moment.
Yes.
Right. That catapulted him to where he is now. But I don't think people were paying as much attention until Multiply.
No. I mean, it really was. So Plus comes out and does pretty well in the UK. I think actually very well right away in the UK.
Yes.
But no one in America has heard of him. He then performs at the Olympics, the London Olympics. You remember this?
Mm-hmm.
And American audiences are like, who's that guy? What is this song?
Yeah.
Then the single started getting a lot of airplay in the US. And I think a lot of people discovered Plus, but it wasn't like a major hit. This was kind of like his like Hollywood-esque Here I Am as an Artist album.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people were mad about it when it first came out because a lot of people liked that singer-songwritery thing that he was doing in the first album. But it just puts so many new people onto him that he didn't have before. And
there was just something for everyone on this record.
Yes.
And I think it really helped him set a path for himself. Like, I feel like when A-Team came out, what's the guy that sings "You're Beautiful"? What's that guy's name?
James Blunt.
James Blunt. I feel like people were like, kind of like, this is just another James Blunt type of thing happening with A-Team. And I feel like Multiply really allowed him to be his own artist and set him apart. So I don't know, man. I'll defend it until I die. I think Multiply is a pretty perfect album.
Yeah. What's your favorite couple songs on here?
Love Don't. Love
about
Nina.
Ellie Goulding, by the way. Another artist on this list.
I love Nina. A Fire Love is devastating. And then I See Fire is on the bonus edition of this as well, which is one of the best soundtrack songs ever, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm a Mess. It's just an incredible song.
Oh my God. That's my favorite Ed Sheeran song. How did I forget that?
I was going to say, like, that's probably mine too.
Sorry.
So.
Yeah, but that's literally my all-time favorite Ed Sheeran song.
Also, shout out to Photograph and Bloodstream as well.
Oh my God. There's so many good songs.
Goes on and on and on.
Yeah, so many good songs. It is. All right. Top 5.
Top 5. All right. At number 5, we have a little known artist named Taylor Swift and a little known album named Folklore.
I think this was a little bit more of an objective pick for us. Don't you think?
This was a compromise pick, I think, because
this was a compromise. Because I think we're both
Evermore stands.
We're both Evermore stands, I think.
It's just weird. It's weird to pick Evermore. It would be like picking,
I know.
I don't know, the Angels over the Dodgers. Like, it's just strange.
We're conforming a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like roll with that. But just like know that although we're shouting out Folklore, we really love Evermore.
Here's my thing with Evermore. I think it's a more cohesive album listening experience, but the songs are stronger on Folklore.
That's how I feel too. Do you know a lot of people disagree with that?
What?
A lot of people online say Evermore has the stronger songs, but Folklore is a better album. And I just disagree with that entirely.
Yeah, I think the opposite.
Me too. I think you can take out the Folklore songs a lot more accessibly than you can the Evermore songs. Yeah. So anyways, we're talking a lot about Evermore. Folklore really set the tone, obviously. And I think, you know, when the aliens come to a desolate Earth and they have the time capsule, they're going to hear about this little known time called COVID. And I think the most defining part of COVID was Folklore. Don't you? I mean, like, this was the quarantine album. Yeah. This was the quarantine album, right? Yes. When everyone was locked in their homes. I mean, other than like COVID itself. Yeah, you're right. Culturally.
The art that came out, it was like this, and like Top Gun Maverick would be opening in theaters at the end of COVID. It was like, we're back to life now, you know?
Right.
But it's just like we're still in lockdown. What can we latch onto? Oh, Taylor Swift put out a new album. Okay, cool.
Let's all go do that. Yeah, but it wasn't just Taylor Swift put out a new album. It was Taylor redefining her career.
Yeah.
I really think she was in a downward spiral with the public after Lover. Yeah. I happen to really love Lover as an album.
Same.
But I think culturally she was losing a little bit of her cachet in the Lover era. And I think Folklore revived her career in a way that nobody could have predicted, because look at her now. Right.
It stops her from being Katy Perry.
Yes, it stops her from being Katy Perry. 100%. It shows the world that she is multifaceted, even though, if you ask me, my hot take opinion is that she was long showing us that she was multifaceted before this.
She switched genres at a time when no one did that. So way earlier.
And I mean, you listen to stuff from Speak Now and Red, and like, you really can't deny the songwriting ability,
of course,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think this opened people's eyes to her in a way that those albums didn't. I think at that time people saw her as the teeny bopper country girl. Yes. And this put her songwriting on display in a way that was a little bit more accessible for people. And also it was just the right sound for the right time.
Yeah.
You know, people needed that kind of quiet, introspective stuff, because that's what we were doing. We were all locked in our homes. So yeah. It, like I said, it paved the way for her to be who she is now. She's now the biggest celebrity in the world. And I don't think that's really undeniable. And I don't think she gets there without Folklore.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
She also just submitted the Last Great American Dynasty as one of her 5 selections to be in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, which I didn't know was a thing.
I saw that. I know.
Zero disagreement there. I think that's one of her greatest songs ever.
Totally agree. Last Great American Dynasty is so underrated on this album.
Yeah.
That twist after the bridge, it gives me chills literally every time. I don't think I've listened to this song one time without getting chills at that point.
For sure. And then, I mean, you know, there's My Tears,
song after song,
August,
Mirror Ball,
Betty.
This Is Me Trying. It's just like, Peace is one of my all-timers for Taylor. I think Peace is such a gorgeous song. I mean, the only song on here that I don't love quite as much as Epiphany. That one doesn't do a whole lot for me, but the rest of the record is just so perfect. It's just so perfect. And it really fits so many different moods and so many different like seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can listen, this is kind of a summery album, but it's also a fall album, but like, you can also listen to it in spring and winter. Like, it's an all year kind of this great mood setter of an album. So had to be here. And you know, we had to put Taylor obviously in the top 25 as such a successful artist. And I think this is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4 is
what we call recency bias, and I don't care.
Yes.
Yep. Number 4, we have Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. I think we both recognize that it's very soon to be making a claim that the 4th best album of this entire century came out
last
year ago. But I'm standing by it, at least as of right now. Ask me again in 10 years, we'll see. But as of right now, I'm standing by it because this is such an extraordinary piece of art, in my opinion, that has been so overlooked, I think.
Yeah, it's wild,
Don't you feel,
honestly.
I just like, I remember hearing this for the first time and being like, why are we not like burning down buildings to talk about this record? Like, why is everyone not like, why are we not flooding the streets talking about, you know, freaking Birds of a Feather and Chihiro and God, so many great songs in this record. Yeah, Lunch, Wildflower, The Greatest, for fuck's sake, Blue. So I just like, yeah, this is such a
L'amour de ma vie.
You know what else I love about this record so much is that we were entering down and still are entering down a spiral of creating albums that are 5,000 tracks long to boost our streaming. And she said, fuck 10. That. I'm going to write a tight 10-track album of just all killer, no filler. And I'm going to make you all sit down and listen to those 10 tracks, and then I'm going to dip. And that's what she did. And it worked tremendously in her favor. It's like one of the only albums in the past few years that feels like a full album, and it's only 10 songs.
Honestly, Billie is on a generational run right now as a punk icon, releasing this and then spending all of her free time right now calling out billionaires on social media and at award shows that are sponsoring the awards that she's been receiving, donating a lot of her net worth to charitable causes. She just rules. I love Billie Eilish so
badass
much.
She's badass. I love her too. And you know, obviously Phineas did his big one on this record. This album is not the same without his influence and his production, but it's also not the same without her writing and her lyrics. It's a lyrical masterpiece as much as it is a atmospheric and production masterpiece.
Yeah. Phineas really did the like God created the earth in 6 days and on the 7th he rested with this one. He was just like and then it was like, I'm gonna go do my little side projects now.
Yeah.
I did the thing.
I think that Billie Eilish has so much further to go in her career. I think she has, you know, just an insane talent, but I would not be surprised if 20 years from now we're talking about this as her magnum opus.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
The world is her oyster.
It's so weird to say about an album that was nominated for like every major Grammy and did very well on streaming, but it's just for whatever reason it doesn't feel like it got enough love.
No, it feels like we're not talking about it enough.
Yeah.
It really does. That's what it feels like to me. So I don't know, but it deserves to be here and I will stand by it.
Yes, undeniably. Okay, number 3 is an album. I think number 3 and 2 are albums that meant a ton to us, maybe the most individually, and then one was our compromise for our top.
Yes.
Yeah. So number 3 is mine of those, which is John Mayer's Born and Raised from 2012. This album came out right as I was graduating high school. And I think for me, that's one of the reasons I love it so much is that I listened to this the entire summer as I was transitioning from high school to going off to college. And I don't know, I think the music you're listening to at that time of life is really going to define you. And so this album was literally just like the only thing I was listening to. It would end and I would hit play again, and it would end and I would hit play again. And I don't know, it's such a departure for him musically. He started off as like contemporary pop, you know, adult contemporary type of artist, did this big pivot to blues, kind of went back and got a lot of acclaim for that. Went back and did a pop record that not really anyone liked, but I still think produced one of his best songs in Edge of Desire. And then said a bunch of kind of racist things in tabloids, or not tabloids, like major entertainment publications, and realized that he was a monster of sorts and kind of fucked off to a ranch in Montana and wrote a folk country album. And this is that. Also partly written in New York when he was like in a very depressive alcoholic state as well. So it's kind of both sides of that, and a real kind of dark journey of the soul to write a lot of these songs. I think it's very informative that when we saw him in 2017, he played a lot of stuff from this record. I think it means a ton to him. And among John Mayer fans, while it wasn't a big commercial success, I do think fans consider this either his best or second best album. And so, yeah. What do you want to say about Born and Raised?
That it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect album. Like, this is definitely my favorite John Mayer record. Definitely one of my favorites of all time. So many undeniable classics on this album for me, and just such a feel good. It's so funny to call it a feel good album because so much of it is so sad.
But it is. It's uplifting.
But it's very uplifting. It feels very hopeful and promising that there's a better tomorrow. It really just does have that kind of a feel to it. Has one of my all time favorite John Mayer songs,
Walker's Submarine Test.
Yeah. Even though it may or may not be a ripoff of Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers.
The poor Jonas Brothers, man. That between that and The Life of a Showgirl, he would have stolen their melodies wholesale.
I know. No, but I think this is really the record that sold me on John Mayer, I would say. Because you were such a huge fan at that age.
Yeah.
And I think the first one I listened to in full was Battle Studies. And obviously that was the first time we saw him, was the Battle Studies tour. And I loved Battle Studies. There's still great songs on that record for me. But Born and Raised was really what I felt like brought me into the inner circle of a John Mayer fan.
Yeah.
Right. And made me want to go back and listen to everything else.
Yeah. Other songs I'd recommend from this album: Queen of California.
So good.
Something Like Olivia.
Age of Worry.
Age of Worry is a great song. I really love Face to Call Home as well.
If I Ever Get Around to Living.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one live is next level.
I really recommend every song on this album. Whiskey, Whiskey, Whiskey.
Yeah, there's not a bad cut on this entire thing. There just isn't.
Yeah. The next time you're in sort of like an Americana-y mood, just pick this. Just try it.
Yep.
It's going to really defy what you think of John Mayer as being.
Yeah.
It doesn't really sound like anything else it does sound like Paradise Valley because it's like a sequel to this, but if you're familiar with, Your Body is a Wonderland and Daughters, and maybe like Waiting on the World to Change, you're going to be like, what is this? Who is this person? Yep. This is a different artist. Yep. So
it's very different.
Yeah.
But it's such a rewarding listen. So highly recommend.
Okay. Number 2, my lord.
Top 2. So this is the one. So that was his, even though I love Born and Raised, this is mine.
And I love this.
Obviously. Yes. If you are watching the video of this, you can obviously see behind me that I have an entire wall of Paramore and Hayley Williams albums. And this is my Paramore pick. And it's a very hot take, as I have discovered on my TikTok. My pick for the number 2 album of the 21st century is self-titled Paramore by Paramore. And I say that it's a very hot take because I posted my Paramore ranking on TikTok a couple months ago at this point, and I am still getting daily comments that I should never rank again and that I have horrible taste and horrible opinions. God, people are just relentless. There have been some
about number 1, or is it like your overall order?
It's mostly there is a sect of Paramore fans that aren't, in my opinion, really Paramore fans because they really only like the pop punk stuff. And yeah, it's the Riot fans. And
those aren't real
the
fans.
All We Know Is Falling
That's
fans.
That's not true.
That's what
I understand if you really liked Riot when it came out, because a lot of us did.
Me too.
But that means you didn't stick with the band and really follow their journey if that's your favorite.
I think the band continues to evolve for the better all the time. And I think every time they release, they're at the top of their game. But the reason I picked self-titled as my one that I like to single out for the band is because this one is the reason that I'm sitting here today. I am not a music fan without Paramore self-titled. I'm not a pop music fan. I'm not an alternative music fan. I'm not a rock music fan. I'm not a music fan in general if it wasn't for this record. I was already a fan of the band at that point to an extreme amount. But this turned me on to the love of pop music. It turned me on to my love of the album as an art form, to live music. This was my first time seeing them tour, and I have been a concert fanatic ever since. Like, I cannot stress enough that this album has informed everything for me in the past 15 years. So this album means a great deal to me. I recognize that if I'm looking at their discography objectively, very few people are putting this at the top. It is a little bit messy. It is a little bit all over the place. There's tons of genre play here. Not everything works incredibly well, but most of it really does. And I really stand by that. I think most of it really, really works. It's a little long. I think maybe if you cut 2 or 3 tracks, it's like even more perfect. But honestly, I don't really want to. Yeah. Because part of the reason I love it so much is because it's a little wild and all over the place.
It is.
I think that's what makes it special. Yeah. It's really fun. I mean, this came after a period of the band where things were really unsure about their future. 2 of the most vital members at that point left, and they were just kind of trying to figure it out. And this album really sounds like a band just trying to figure it out and move forward. And I just love that. I love the experimentation.
Is it the only Paramore album without Zach Farrow in it?
Yes, it is.
Which is crazy because Zach Farrow is like legitimately my favorite drummer alive at the moment. So
yeah, he's fucking awesome.
But you know, this is the guy that was just with Foo Fighters and then he got let go and now he's with Nine Inch Nails. He played the drums on this record.
The drummer,
yeah.
I thought he was with Nine Inch Nails before.
I think he was, and then he went back. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his. I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, but he does all the drums here.
Yeah, but anyway, for someone that usually hates overstuffed albums, I don't think this one is this one is not an album where it feels like they're just like putting out a bunch of singles and they're tackling them together to make an extra long album. It really feels like we don't know what we are anymore. Let me try 800 things and we're going to put them all on here and let the fans decide what we are now.
And pretty much all of it works.
It does.
Like that's the testament to their talent as a band is that despite this being let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, to have like most of it stick
is really crazy.
It's really impressive. It's really impressive. I also think this is the album that really brings Taylor York to the forefront of this band and shows the world how vital he is to the soul of the band.
Yeah.
Yes, his songwriting is out of this world, and his guitar riffs are just so recognizable and just really very melody forward. I would say he's a melodic player.
This is where we get away from the wall of sound power chords and we start experimenting with the more like single coily guitar lead lines and, a really different like feel, but it honestly blends more with, I think, what Haley's great at. Which is finding the space in between vocally.
Yep, for sure. And I don't think Paramore succeeds as a band after this if it wasn't for this record.
Correct,
because pop punk died pretty fast. It was a very short-lived genre. It was huge for a moment, but it was a moment. And this really showed them and us that there's more to it.
Yeah.
Than just the pop punk
they're
stuff.
Really the only band that continued on uninterrupted after the pop punk era and is still around today.
I think so.
That I can think of. I mean, others have left and then come back.
Right. And then like Panic at the Disco like kind of persevered, but they weren't really
kept
Panic
shedding
at the Disco
everything
anymore.
that they were in the process.
Right. And now it's just Brendan Urie.
Yeah.
So but they're the only ones that really made it as a band and kept doing it. Now they take years and years and years in between albums to release music, but it's always worth it.
Yeah,
it's always worth it.
Is this their first Grammy win too for Ain't It Fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's their first Grammy win for best rock song.
Yeah.
This is so worth it. This album is very special to me.
Yeah,
it's very, very special to me. So
did you flirt with it? 2 questions for you. Did you flirt with any others instead of this one? And also, what is the consensus choice for their best album based on what you found on TikTok?
I don't think there is one.
That's what I figured.
Because there's really an old guard and a new guard.
Yeah.
When it comes to Paramore fans, there really is. I think the old guard's consensus is probably Riot.
Yeah.
But there is a strong love for Brand New Eyes.
Yeah.
There is a strong love. I think
Brand New Eyes is one of 2 albums that I would have considered it instead of this one.
Yes, me too. And I think the new guard consensus is my other choice, which is After Laughter.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think After Laughter is the tighter, more coherent, focused project.
Completely agree.
I sort of love the mess of the self-titled.
Me too. I'm with you. All right, number one. Should we say it together?
Yeah.
All right. Our number one album of the 21st century is
Golden Hour by Casey
Musgraves. Had to be.
It's just the best.
It's undeniable. This is a perfect album, top to bottom. No skips, no faults, no mistakes, nothing that feels dated. Just perfection.
Yeah.
It's like, what else do we even say?
Have you seen that guy on TikTok that's like, it rips, dude? Have you seen this guy?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it rips, dude? Just Golden Hour, man. Yeah, man. Like it just makes me feel euphoric every time.
Yeah.
And I remember
makes me feel like I'm ascending.
I was so worried about this album when it came out because I was really into Casey Musgraves and I kind of liked her just like sad melancholy and songs about the trials of growing up and stuff. And she was doing a lot of press before this album came out about how this was like her happy falling in love album. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be bad. And then I heard Butterflies and I was like, this isn't really what she does.
Yeah.
And then the album came out and I was like, never mind, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the production on this, right? I mean, obviously Casey's songwriting has never been this good.
Yeah.
But the production just feels so unique.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't been replicated. No. It just feels like you're floating the entire time. It's not like atmospheric in a way that it just like drones. No. Right? It's not like a drone record. It's still melodic. It's still beautiful, but it just like the whole time, like you could listen to this entire thing and just like lose yourself.
Yeah, you're kind of in a daze the whole time.
Yes.
And I mean, I think a lot of that credit goes to Slow Burn, which I would say is the best album opener I've ever heard.
I think it's maybe my favorite song of all time.
Wow.
I'm not really saying that lightly. Like I really do. Like when I think what is my absolute number one favorite song of all time, I really think it's Slow Burn.
It's just an unbelievable song.
It is. And it just sets the record. Like it just sets the tone.
Yeah.
For the album so well. It's like,
because it starts off sounding like her first two records. And by the end of that song, you're into something new, but it doesn't get there wildly quickly. Each new part kind of just like comes in when it's supposed to. And it all starts to swell and
This is like one of the most exciting Grammy moments of all time for me.
Yes,
is when this
shock win
album of the year. I was running around my house like a puppy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I could not believe that they would award something so not commercially viable, but just like such the right choice.
Was it not commercially viable though? I mean,
that's
still
not what
did
I mean.
well.
It is commercial. It's commercially viable for sure, but it wasn't the big flashy.
No, Casey wasn't really a huge artist at that point. I mean, people knew her.
She wasn't.
But
she's a huge artist because of this.
Yeah, exactly. And still when she tours, it's like this album and then, I have other stuff.
Other stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And it still is her best album. And she's done a lot of great stuff since, in my opinion. But I don't know. There's just something so uniquely special about this one. It's such a flash in the pan moment that I just don't know if it's ever going to be able to be replicated in terms of quality. And I don't think she's trying to, and I don't think she should try to.
Yeah.
Because you really can't replicate perfection.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's
the list.
That's the list.
Jazz hands.
Very exciting stuff.
We did it.
There is our top 25 albums of the 21st century.
What's sparking joy for you today?
Rosalía. Always.
Yeah.
Luke's is really giving me that transcendent feeling that Golden Hour also gives me. It's just a very exciting record. Yeah. I just could talk for hours about it, and hopefully
we will on our Albums of the Year podcast.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff that's come out recently that I actually really want to get to on that.
Yeah, for sure. But other thing that's sparking joy for me is I was somehow successful in the Ticketmaster war and got tickets to see Hayley Williams tour in April next year. So I know that many were not as successful, including you and Sarah, which I'm devastated for both of you about. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
But I got lucky, and a lot of people have missed out, and it's just the reality of concerts now. It sucks. But my entire mental health was riding on getting these tickets. So I am happy to say I can survive another day knowing that I will get to see this live. So
yeah.
That's what's sparking joy for me.
Well, I'm really happy for you. We're very bummed.
Thank you.
But, when you let 80,000 people into a queue to fill a 2,000 seat theater 3 nights in a row, that's tough. I mean, why is that happening?
I don't know.
Haley, girl, you're not a small artist. I just really want her to understand.
I know. I don't think she knows that. Yeah. I think she has a lot of imposter syndrome as an artist.
Yeah, no shit. Also, this is why Paramore albums take forever.
I do also feel like she really wanted it to be intimate.
I do really
think that was the goal.
I accept that and I understand that. But come on, girl.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
You can find a way to be intimate in a bigger venue.
Maybe she'll extend the tour. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, what's sparking joy for you?
Well, I haven't announced this on here because we lost the last recording. So I will just talk about what's sparking a ton of joy for me, which is that Sarah and I are expecting our first child together. She is a girl and she is due in February. So we are currently in the process of just getting our lives together and getting ready for that. She's about to start her 3rd trimester. So it's feeling very real, feeling very exciting. And obviously it comes with tons of emotions, excitement, fear, but primarily joy. I would say at the moment we're very excited. Yeah. So
it's going to rock your world, but
100%, 100%. Yeah. I'll also, this is the dumbest thing ever to say after saying that, but have you heard the song Fort Knox by Sigrid from her new record?
Yeah, I did.
That's the song I cannot stop listening to right now. I
really?
Just, oh my God. I just think about it literally all day. It's that's so stupidly stuck in my head. It has like 3 very distinct catchy parts. And I love when a song has that. And I'm like, oh yeah.
I love when a song has multiple hooks.
Yes.
A song with multiple hooks is always good in my opinion.
Oh, super fun.
Very
Not
cool.
As fun as like being a dad, but like,
But like that's fun too.
Yeah. It's very fun.
I love it. All right, man. Well, this is fun.
Thank you all for listening to a very long podcast today. We are back. We'll be making content in this space now. We're going to get into some of our big shows of the year here coming up, our favorite songs and albums of the year. So, stay tuned for that. Hopefully we won't have any more technical difficulties. Shout out Firefox for like maybe giving us a good episode
fixing
today.
all of our problems.
Yeah. We'll see.
Smooth.
But thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Music or your podcast platform of choice, please leave us a quick review and follow us on TikTok at The Daily Record Spin. Just The Daily Record Spin, right? On TikTok?
Yep, just The Daily Record Spin. On Instagram, it's at The Daily Record Spin _podcast.
Yes.
Or you can get in touch with us, email us at thedailyrecordspin@gmail.com.
And with that, we will see you next time on The Daily Record Spin.